Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We're here today at Orlando in Florida, and until now I didn't realise that it was an Asobo handcrafted airport, and it's actually quite nice, with the exception of the way that the aeroplanes spawn on stand, of course, because they're a little bit sideways. I had to fiddle around a little bit before the start of the stream today, but it's actually pretty good, I've got to say. I had no idea it was handcrafted until today, so perhaps I should start using it a little bit more. I think that's William on stand next to us at stand 57 there. And hello to all of our bronze, silver and gold frequent flyers in the chat. Pretender, David, hello to you guys, and Cythera as well. Welcome, and welcome to everybody else as well. Make sure if you're new to the channel, you say hello in the live chat, give us a thumbs up and hit subscribe down below as well. We're connected to the VATSIM network, and I didn't even realise Asobo would put the trams in. It's pretty cool. Connected to the VATSIM network, and we're in the Aerosoft CRJ 700 again. Probably my favourite one in the sim. Pretender, looking forward to the stream. Thank you very much for recommending the CRJ. I bought it a couple of days ago and love it. Awesome. Yeah, I think it's my favourite aeroplane in the sim, I've got to say. Griderman, Colin, Matthew. Ah, Matthew, nice. Welcome, welcome. Doctor on board, hello to you guys as well. Randolph, who else have we got here? Jonathan, good afternoon to you as well, and Amani as well too. Danny, hello. So, we're in the Beast, and looking quite small next to an A320neo, bizarrely. And we've got the Drzecki Design KDCA Washington National Airport for when we arrive there, which is going to be quite cool. Let's look at the charts.
Welcome aboard American Airlines. Please place your carry-on items in an overhead compartment or under the seat in front of you. Small, lightweight items may be placed in the seat pocket. If you need assistance, please let us know.
McCoy 2. So, after departure, we need to tune that VOR. Actually, it looks like we're going to have to vector ourselves. Departing runway 18 left or right. We're going to take off using 18 right today. And it says at the bottom here, climb on heading as assigned for initial climb. Naturally, we don't have that in the sim. We don't have ATC at the moment, so we will have to vector ourselves, and the top altitude of 5,000 there according to that, up to Guano. 112.2 is what we're going to have to tune in, so let's do that. Unless it's already in there, 112.2, there we go, auto-tuned, lovely. So with that in mind, we can go bearing VOR 1, and we can use FMS 1 there as well. Check our legs page to make sure we don't have any discontinuities. There's one there. Nikki Waves. So we want to check out roughly where that might be. So, Nikki to Waves, it should just be, for some reason we've got two waves in there, by the looks of it. So let's delete that one. Execute. We can clear that. There we go. And we'll check the rest of the route. Smooth and pack's perfect, so we want that for the river visual because we're landing south, and visual with runway 19 in there as well, so all good. On the performance page we want a flex temp, we'll do 46 today, and that gives us the flex markers on the ECAM. And Kai, you were mentioning about all the warnings and some issues. Dylan, good morning to you. David, good morning as well. Matthew, yeah, flying in the States, you've got to join me. I appreciate it. 5,000 was initial, so let's do that first. MFD menu, VNav, back to the performance page. We've got VNav setup, 18, 18, flight level 370 for an alternate, I guess. We'll do that, that's pretty fine for us, and I'm not going to bother with that. And ETD I'm pretty sure that's in local, I think, but we'll use UTC 1210. We'll just see what happens here. I think we're all ready to go. We've got our departures and everything done there, and here's our route for today. Across 4 pages. Little tip, you can do that and bring it up there as well, which is quite cool. What else have I missed? That's all pretty much done. So performance page, perf in it. In fact, no, performance. We'll leave it on there. We've done all of this. Clear all of this stuff. So window heat, windshield heat, all of that is up here. So windshield onto low. We want the probes on as well. Air cons are on and recirc fans on. We've done the cabin pressure. We're pretty much ready for pushback. So let's get the doors closed.
Captain, the cabin
Lauren, I'm not sure if it's up to date actually. We'll find out when we get there. Hopefully it is.
On behalf of the captain and crew, welcome aboard this flight. We hope you enjoy flying with us.
One Flag Boy, hello. Beeline's trying to make it as well.
Our cabin crew display the safety features of the aircraft.
Why does the VOR appear red when entering the frequencies sometimes? Where's that? Is it in here? Or do you mean up here? Sometimes if you go to this and it's not tuned in properly, that there will show red. If that's what you're referring to. So we've turned the windshield heat on and you can see we've cleared that. We've also changed our stab trim to 6.9. APU's on. And we are ready to go, I think. 5,000. Oh, I know what we need to do. Let's quickly get the METAR. METAR, KMCO, and QNH 3012. There we go. 3012. 3012. We've got some more giveaways live for next week, so make sure you follow the channel for that, on courtesy of Contrail Shop for one of the giveaways, and the second giveaway courtesy of Orbex. Really exciting. Your dampers 1 and 2, and you see there we've just cleared those as well, so they're armed. Dougal, hello, hope you're okay. Let's clear the master warnings and the caution, because they're going to clear anyway when we go engine start. And we can bring this range in a little bit to 20, I think. What I want to do is MFD menu. NDBs are on there. I don't know if that includes VORs. Let's have a quick look. We want the Orlando VOR, which I think is that anyway. I think it is. Yeah, certainly looks like that's going to be the case. Right, let's rock and roll. Let's flick that across. Nose wheel steering is disarmed for pushback. Doors are shut. Beacon on. That is all as it should be, but we need to have the boost pumps on. So left and right. No external power. Orlando traffic, American 1666, stand 55, push and start facing west. Start pushback. You see now we've put the boost pumps on, those fuel pressure pumps. Warnings, the yellow master caution pumps have deactivated there. And top tip for the pushback toolbar pushback mod, let the nose wheel connect first. Takes a bit of time, it's Microsoft Flight Simulator. William, no problem at all. We've got to taxi all the way up the airport first. There we go. So you can see the gates closed there just then on the tug, and then we can start to pop the parking brake off, and we can start the pushback there. There's Matthew, our resident CRJ pilot, who's taught me a vast amount about this amazing aeroplane. Continuous ignition on, and left engine starts. Chrono. I'm going to use the chrono today, see if that works. Let's see what custom views we got here. Lee, no face cam. It's a channel all about flight sim. I don't need to. You guys don't want to see my face. It'll ruin your experience. All of the ground equipment today, guys, including the tug, are all part of Latin VFR's AREX North America's pack, which is really good. Flappy Boy, yes, Matthew's a real-life CRJ pilot in the States. So he's taught me a load about this aeroplane. 18 left, Matthew. I think Doctor on board was doing the research earlier for what runway was in use in real life. It was 17 left, I believe, and 18 right. Spitfire RAF, hello to you as well. There we go. Let's bring that tug speed down a bit. Park brake on and push back. Off goes the tug. And we've got engine 1 started as well, so engine 2 start. Sid Lamb, yeah, the visuals are absolutely stunning. Over the next few weeks as well, Doctor on board will be pleased. Next week I'm going to be flying the Orbex Optica EA7. Ooh. Top tip, never ever have this screen on after pushback. Glad I've noticed that. E speeds, we'll set those. Taxi. I think I remember actually in real life we'd taxi on one engine, so let's do that. Orlando traffic, American 1666, following the company traffic to runway 18 left. Two stages of flaps, and let's get the American Airlines safety demonstration started. The Luke Air tool for this.
We ask that you please direct your attention to the monitors located throughout the cabin for a brief safety message about aircraft.
Rich, good morning to you, welcome.
Hello everyone. Thank you for your
Hi,
attention.
yes I did.
It's time to get you ready for takeoff.
Taxi lights.
We know you have lots of choices, so thanks for choosing American. We're happy to be your airline. Now if you'll just follow along with me, we'll be on our way.
Matthew's steaming ahead, but we need 2 minutes separation really. Let's turn the APU off, close the valve.
Welcome aboard. Before we depart, here are some important safety instructions. First things first,
Push the
let's
versus
follow
arms.
those belts. Insert the metal end into the buckle and pull the strap to tighten.
And we've done all the controls and everything. Brake temps were green and 0. So before takeoff, checklist is next.
Fasten the belt by attaching it to the buckle until you hear a click.
Lee, they probably would here, 1666. American 1666.
Insert the metal fitting into the buckle and
Lauren, no indeed.
and fasten the shoulder belt by attaching it
From
to
what
the
I found
buckle
online,
until
it's
you
usually an American Airlines 737 route, so I'm trying to take those call signs really today.
And remember,
Sid
seatbelts
Lamb,
should
welcome
be
on board.
fastened
Thanks for
whenever
hitting
you're seated,
subscribe.
just in case of unexpected turbulence. To get us on our way,
20
make
hours
sure
in the
your
last 4
seat is
days in the
up, all
CRJ, wow.
electronic devices are put away,
Yeah,
and
you're
your tray
forgiven
table
there.
is stowed. If you have a carry-on, push it all the way under the seat in front of you.
God knows what steering needs to be armed.
In the overhead bin.
1666,
If you have a
yes, I
handheld
like that.
device, please switch it to airplane mode now. You'll find our full
Which did he
electronic
take?
device policy in the back of your American Way. U.S. law prohibits
We'll take Bravo
smoking,
then. Looks like
including
Matthew's taking
electronic
Bravo.
cigarettes, at any time. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying smoke detectors in the lavatories may result in a fine. U.S.
Look at this awesome bit of Asobo scenery here. There's an American.
Now let's review the safety
Airlines
card.
flight there. There's,
Please
in fact,
pay
2
close
aeroplanes.
attention, and before you know it, we'll be off.
Florida's great to fly around, by the way. Really
All
recommend it.
exits on this airplane are clearly marked. Take a moment to locate the nearest one.
Clear left.
Keep in mind, it may be behind you.
Tomorrow we're going to be doing Seoul, Incheon,
All
in
exits
South
and
Korea,
evacuation
to
slides
Tokyo,
used in
Narita, and we've got the
emergency.
Joseki
When directed to exit,
designed
jump
Narita
onto the
Airport as well for
slide and
Microsoft
move
Flight
away from
Simulator. They've kindly supplied free of charge. Today I've purchased the Joseki designed DCA, so I've purchased that privately because it's amazing looking
Slides at every
scenery. I
door
wanted it
can be
anyway, so
detached and used as rafts. You'll find the exact location on your safety card.
Dylan,
This
yeah,
aircraft is
you'll be on the way with the
designed for
Dreamliner,
safe
nice.
landing on or near the floor. A sign will indicate
Jay's
you
going to be
have
doing
reached
another
your
long
exit.
haul, London to Shanghai, wow. Salty Sim
In
747
the
though, you're
event of an
brave.
evacuation, escape path lighting will appear. Follow the
Mach
lights
decimal
until you've
78,
reached your
Matthew, I
exit.
think I'll
Leave all
probably keep up
carry-ons
with you that
behind.
way.
Just head quickly and safely to the nearest exit, and don't forget
It is
may be
roasting at
behind
home here.
you. Now, if the airplane loses pressure, oxygen masks will drop automatically. While remaining seated with your seatbelt fastened, pull down on the mask or the red streamer to extend the tubing. The yellow cup goes over your nose and mouth like so. Then
Knock,
slip
welcome
the
on board.
band over your head to secure the mask
Sith,
to your
yes.
face.
Narita's quite a nice airport in real life, though I prefer Haneda, but in the sim it's going to be lovely.
And remember to always put your own mask on first.
He beelines in the
before
7.8
helping
as well,
others.
good grief.
Life vests
It's like
are
the Boeing,
located either
Dreamliner World
under,
Tour all over
next to,
again.
Or between your seats. To remove the vest, pull the tab or compartment handle
Beeline's
to
spawning
break the
now.
seal.
Nice
For help
timing.
locating them, see
Hopefully
your
you get it
safety card.
set up nice and
Remove
quick.
the vest from the package like this. Put the vest over your head. Wrap the strap
Wow,
around
3,000
your
hours,
waist,
wow.
Attach the buckle and pull tight. Once
I love
outside,
how you've
pull the tab
shared your
to
knowledge with
inflate
all
your
of us
vest
as well
or blow
through
into
through the
red
channel.
tube on the side.
Do appreciate that.
In the water, a light on your vest will
I think if it wasn't for Matthew sharing your knowledge with us all,
If necessary,
I think that's the reason why this is my favourite aeroplane in the sim, I've got to say. Flight level 350, William.
The crew will
Is that
now
you,
be
Will?
coming around to do a final cabin check. After takeoff, we'll be back with more information. And if you need anything, don't hesitate to ask. As always, we're here to make your flight great. 'Cause
Haneda's a
great
beautiful
is
airport
what
to
we're
fly
known
into,
for.
yes, completely agree there, Lauren. It's really nice. Flew in about once a month for 3 years, sometimes twice a month.
Video stated.
Orlando traffic, American 41, taking off runway 18.
Lee.
Right downwind departure to the
Before
north.
our departure to
Welcome, welcome.
So please make sure that your seat backs are in the upright position. Your tray tables are stowed, your seat belts are fastened, and your cell phones are in airplane mode for our departure. We appreciate your cooperation.
Mario CMG and Lee, welcome on board. New subscribers there. Hello, hello. Oh, Armani. I haven't found it yet. Oh, William. Not even loaded the sim. Good grief. Hello to you, whoever that is. If you're watching, say hello. Little waggle of my ailerons. Rich, it's the Luke Air tool. It's on flightsim.co and it's completely free. It's really good. We watch Matthew depart. There goes the Pro in the CRJ, but he's in the Airbus A320 today. We are heavy today. I've whacked up the payload. Where's the end of the runway? There it is. Still going. And he's up. Lovely. Let's get the strobes on. And we'll go straight out for departure. Orlando traffic, American 1666, Fire Bravo 1, crossing runway 18 left for lining up runway 18 right. That's all clear, strobes, everything are on. So, this is manually vectored for departure, and therefore
American 41, turning right crosswind, runway 18 left.
TCAS is on and set 1, and crew alert system, everything's already done. Terrain radar, let's pop that on. And also, we need fuel cross flow on manual. So, the takeoff checklist complete. We'll leave the strobes and everything on because we're going to be lining straight up. Orlando traffic, American 1666, departing runway 18 right, McCoy to departure, downwind north.
Orlando traffic, American 41, turn
There's
in
Matthew.
right downwind, runway 18 left.
Toga.
Orlando traffic, American 490, crossing 18 right, 18 left.
Resync the heading bug. And thrust set Toga. I've done the river visual once before and it is really nice. 152 is what we're targeting. B1, rotate.
Orlando traffic, American 490.
Positive rate, go up.
18 right.
There goes Orlando.
Departing traffic.
We're going to want heading mode, speed mode, autopilot engage. I want to go to climb. And let's turn. We're self-vectoring to the north today for this departure. After takeoff then, cross flow onto manual. How long is the flight? About 2 hours.
Orlando traffic, clear landing traffic, 18 right.
Got a little TCAS alert there. That's going to be Matthew. Let's bring that range in. Orlando traffic, American 1666, turning right downwind, McCoy 2 departure, passing 4,000. Thrust reversers disarmed, and we are good. What's outside this? Oh, look at that!
Orlando traffic, American 490.
Wow.
Taking Jack 115 right.
Jason, are we landing? No, not yet. Still got a way to go. So let's continue climb. Speed mode. So we're targeted 250 knots. In the climb gate. Ooh, a little stroke of lightning there. And up we go. And we're going to track that VOR now.
Orlando traffic, Southwest 3318, runway 18 left.
So while we're in the climb, we can enjoy. Look at the size of Orlando Airport. Good grief! I didn't even know it was that big. Let's see if we can get some pictures of that. I say pictures. This isn't real life. Cool. On our way. Okay, so we should be near the VOR. We are. We're just working to self-vector ourselves back onto our route. And then heading to Guano. Nav. Let's see what it does here. It should fight to get us back on the line.
Orlando traffic right down.
Of course. Doing its own thing. Nice, the CRJ 900 will be coming very soon, I think. It's going to be exciting when that arrives. I think we're going to do a direct to Guano. Whoa, what is that? It's just painted in. Let's see what happens here then. Oh, I see what's happened here. Vectors 500 Guano exec. Yeah. Wonder if I can delete the 0 as well. And then we try direct. See what happens here then. Direct to Guano, there we go, we've got it back on. Let's go to standard pressure now. After dealing with all of that, and we'll let our speed come up as well, because we should really be accelerating. Standard pressure. There we go. Always a couple of things to tinker with. And that's looking good again now, thankfully.
And we do thank you for your attention. Once we have reached a safe and comfortable cruising altitude, your flight attendants will be due up the cabin to offer you beverages of your choice, followed by our international flagship meal service. During the course of our flight, snacks and beverages will be available. If at any given point you wish to sleep undisturbed, we do ask that you kindly display all fastened seatbelts on the outside of all garments or blankets, so as your crew does do frequent safety checks. Failure to see yourself but will result in having to awaken you for compliance. We thank you in advance for your cooperation.
Won't be Flappy Boy. I've done the CAA medical in the UK. That's not too difficult. As long as you're fit and healthy, you'll pass, you know. The 900 lands like a dumper truck, so heads up. Brilliant. I look forward to that. Is there a rule on how pilots need to leave the flight deck for a next flight? That's probably a great question for Matthew, actually. I'd assume the answer is going to be clean and tidy. Yeah, Gridman, Orlando is very old. Unless you've got like kids and they want to go to Orlando, Universal Orlando, then Sanford's probably better in that instance to fly into. And a lot of the states, you know, even LA, you've got to have a car to get around if you want to properly explore. Manacle Airways, hi, nice. Division 19, always challenging. Waypoints don't help a lot either, as they're very close from each other indeed. And we'll be counting the bridges as we fly in as well. We'll be ticking each one off in our head as we fly on in. Once we go, in fact we are over 10,000 now, so you should see an ETA at the top of your thing. There's the east coast. Luigi, yeah, really great clouds. Not very realistic with the thunderstorms popping around though, but that's Microsoft doing its thing. Jacob, hello, hope you're okay. Lauren, yeah, indeed. I think TUI still fly to Sanford, well, I might be wrong. Or at least I did years ago. Miami's great. Used to go to South Beach a lot. San Diego is my favourite place in the States, I think, for me. Make sure you hit like while you're here, guys, if you're enjoying the stream today. Tomorrow is going to be really nice. We're going to be back in the Heavy Division 787. Really looking forward to that. A couple of hours over the Far East from South Korea to Japan. Japan's one of my favourite places in the world that I've ever visited. Love it. Luigi, yeah, Microsoft Flight Simulator, I love it. It's got, you know, it's got its critics like every simulator, but it is a very new sim. Ah, Lauren, that's some interesting facts. Sanford was a bit random for Thompson. It was only really more for Universal Studios, to be honest, I think. And I have a feeling that Universal subsidised the route ever so slightly as well. Lewis, good afternoon to you. And Philip, good evening. Hello, hope you're okay. And we'll try to join the group departing from Jacksonville. Nice. William's not even spawned to MCO yet, good grief. You might want to try somewhere closer then, William. Let's resync that heading bug now we've turned. Yeah, lots has changed in the Heavy Division mod, I've got to say. A lot has changed. What are we doing here? So 290 for climb. That's all looking good. We checked vPilot, still nobody is online. We've used almost 1,000 kilos already. We're at 800 kilograms fuel burn so far. Luigi, yes, but you know what? If you just want specific things like Denver, what I would really recommend is buying the standard edition and then buying the payware add-on scenery. I think Flightbeam, off the top of my head, might have made Denver, and it's a properly payware one. Are you excited about the return of supersonic flight here? The prices are weak up by 75%. Well, it's exciting, but being a realist, I know that we probably won't get that. That means we're at our cruise almost. We are, so the throttle response is down to us. Chief Sim Pilot, hello. Remember my top tip that I discussed yesterday that Matthew taught me ages ago? Look to target a specific N1 to hold your speed in the cruise. We'll do Mach decimal 78. Yeah, I don't think the supersonic flight is really going to take off like a lot of people think. I know United have signed a deal to purchase some, but a lot of the time that is posturing to help those to help the development out a little bit. So until it's physically there and it's flying, don't expect much. There we go, so around about 83% N1. That probably needs to come down a bit. So there we go. So I've set that about 82% N1, and I try and keep the white arrow, which is our current indicated airspeed, within the purple band. If it's inside the groove, then it's perfect, of course. Even at 35,000 feet, it's quite hazy today, and the flight deck seems really dark. It's a little bit better. Yeah, maintenance especially. Whew. We thought Tesla was difficult to maintain. So where are we passing at the moment? So we're about to hit the coast. So we're at Jacksonville now actually, and MC McCall's down there in his CRJ by the looks of it. I can see him there at Jacksonville on the stand as we're passing Jacksonville Beach. Yes, exactly. That's a really good way of describing the CRJ actually. Very similar to flying a Boeing, but with even less automation. Yeah, Concorde was extremely loud. Matthew, I'm impressed with how well you've learnt the aircraft. They grow up so fast. You know what, if I was an airline pilot, I think I would really enjoy flying this. I know it's easy to say sat at a computer on a simulator, but I love having to think well in advance of stuff and work it all out. So thank you, welcome on board. But I'm glad you feel like I've learnt the aircraft. It's always nice to hear from a real driver. Let's check the speed. There we are. So we could probably do with, if that drops a little lower, could probably do with heading nearer towards 83% N1 perhaps. And you know, as we burn fuel and we get lighter, we'll be able to bring that throttle back a little bit. We'll find that we'll just start to accelerate maybe halfway through the flight. At this power, we'd probably start to just accelerate slightly above our target. Jim, welcome on board. Loads of new frequent flyers today. Hello to all of you guys. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Oh yeah, Lauren, the lifestyle I guess is very different. It's probably not too indifferent to EasyJet and Ryanair folk here. Smashing out loads of sectors. Minus the overnight stays everywhere. Happy boy, yes, exactly. Oh, look at that contrail. Dan, hello, welcome. I hope you're enjoying the fancy lift music. Doctor on board, yeah, indeed. I think it's playing up ever so slightly. Jacksonville's down here somewhere. There's the airport. So Philip is down there, I think. Not that we can see him very much. Whoa. Madness. Wesley, hello. Keith, how's the leg and ankle doing? You know what, it's recovering very well, thank you. Thanks for asking. It's almost been exactly a year since I broke my leg, so long time coming. But I'm glad it's now finally on the mend. There's some flashing lights down there, some strobes. That looks like Philip's about to take off. Danny, yeah, the lightning is a little bit weird, isn't it? Yeah, speed's holding quite nicely, actually. Kodama Trip, welcome, thanks for subscribing. We'll probably just leave it set at 82.5% M1 in cruise. And we should be good. We'll keep an eye on it though. One big flappy boy. Is the live weather still messing up the A32NX climb, Dan? No, it's all pretty good now, I think. Obviously, if you have icing and things on, engine cowl icing and things, it's going to slow it all down. What happened to my leg? I broke it. I broke my ankle and my leg in, I think my physio said in 3 places whilst at work. Long story, but that's the job. I guess a new pilot already knows he or she will not be sleeping at home a lot. I guess, yeah, in America it's, especially for that, it's very different for regional operators. Good grief, that lightning is a little bit frustrating, isn't it? We are on live weather and live time. So those of you tuning in now, I was mentioning at the very start of the stream today that tomorrow we're doing Seoul in South Korea over to Tokyo in the 787 Heavy Division mod, which is going to be really nice. and it's been a little while since I flew that, actually, a couple of weeks now, so looking forward to that very much. And next week, during the week at some point, we're going to be doing 2 giveaways, most likely. The first is going to be sponsored by the Contrail web shop, contrail.shop, and they've donated generously to the channel the ability to have gift cards to give away up to €50. So we're going to give away 2 €25 gift cards next week, courtesy of Contrail and the Contrail web shop, which is really nice. Thank you to them. And maybe the day after we'll throw ourselves into another giveaway, and I'm going to be giving away a brand new Orbex EA7 Optica aeroplane, and we'll be live streaming that, doing a little bit of VFR and a bit of sightseeing in that, and we'll give one away courtesy of Orbex, which is really exciting. So you've got to subscribe to the channel, make sure you follow along and don't miss those giveaways. Keith, wife broke her ankle a year ago. She's debating on whether to take the hardware out or not. What do you mean? I narrowly avoided surgery, thankfully. Though I think part of the reason for that was coronavirus and the NHS being really overwhelmed with that, understandably. Beautiful word down there. Oh, you got the Just Flight Piper as well, Jacob. Nice. Oh, I love that. That's a fantastic aeroplane. Brings back a lot of memories from years back. Oh, Keith, screws and plates. Oh, yeah, I almost needed that. And potentially, with what I do, which I can't really talk about it too much, but potentially that would have been a career ender for me. Wow, look at that. The sim never fails to amaze. Oh, that I think is Matthew in front. Just there. You guys might be able to see it. I'm doing Mach decimal 78. William, go for 2200. I think I've left mine on 2000 actually. I think. Let's have a little look here. There you go, 2200. Should have TCAS above and below. Yeah, we're visual with him, but we're not getting that TCAS warning yet. That's fine. We'll have to keep an eye out for those nav lights. We can see them just on the horizon there, which is cool. And you can see what I mean about setting the M1, that top tip from Matthew a little while ago. I haven't moved the throttle beyond 82.5, and we are just about holding our speed there, which is nice. William, nice. What are you flying from? Or where are you flying from, I should say? Ah, Jonathan, thank you. So I had it set correctly. Let's put it back. Dan, sadly not, but Microsoft have of course updated the weather engine, so now we can actually see precipitation, and that's really important because it means that potentially Aerosoft will be able to add that in here soon, so actually get precipitation on the radar. But the TCAS works very well. JetBlue from Orlando. God, you're quite far behind. We're already near Charleston Air Force Base, Georgia, or South Carolina. Sliced bread, see there, United 2640. MCO to DCA in an A320. Looks like it's taking a bit of a shortcut there. And there you are, JetBlue treble 24, 2224. Half bank's a really good little feature now. And we can literally, I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see it, we can literally just see Matthew's tail strobe flash every now and again in the distance. You can see there from the turn that we've lost a bit of speed, so we don't need to change the throttle. Big tip is not to chase the speed, because you'll find then that you will constantly have to adjust it, but if you just let it stabilise now that we've gone straight and level, we don't need to touch the throttle if we've got it set nicely. And the speed will stabilise itself back to where it was prior to the turn, or it should do anyway at least. So we can just leave it at 82.5. What's my ETA on the FMC? Trying to think how to find it now. One hour, 4 minutes. Sonia, welcome on board. Lauren, yes, you're correct there. It's more of a logistics base with tons of Galaxies and things. And C-17s. Great aeroplane. I've done a couple of flights in the C-17 and it is really cool. Slively, hello. How are you doing? Dan, so you've got to manage the speed carefully in the climb in the CRJ. It's got a, I'll get it wrong again, Matthew will correct me, a supercritical wing. So if you lose a bit of energy in the wing, then you're going to struggle to climb, and you'll get that problem. So keep the speed and the momentum going in the climb. And I set 250 up to 10,000, and then about 290-ish above that. But go into your VNAV, no, go into your perf page, sorry, and inside here you want to look at what your climb speeds would be for climb. Obviously we've finished climbing now, so it's not going to be visible to us, but it will roughly tell you. Alfred, welcome on board. Thanks for subscribing. Yeah, Jonathan, the weather's strange, isn't it? It's visually stunning with all the high level clouds broken down below. Matthew, I've got it right. Good to know. Thank you. Not too long now, I don't think we'll have the Aerosoft CRJ 900 and 1000. I'll be picking that up and I'll be doing some content with that as well. Really looking forward to the stretch version of this. And I'd imagine it's going to feel quite different. Obviously it's heavier, it's also quite a bit longer as well, so I guess yeah, thinking ahead, it'll be increased risk of tail strikes. Inertia is going to be a bit different as well, so the feel of the aeroplane and how it responds is going to be slightly different. I can't wait for that. It's going to be fantastic. And of course it's going to open up some more routes as well, more CRJ related real life routes for those of you who like those. Eddie Tan, welcome on board. Dan, also make sure when you're climbing, found out the hard way myself, you make sure you have cowlicing off, because otherwise you lose around about, I think it's about 5 to 10% N1. 1.5 tons burnt already. There's our anti-icing systems. Yeah, I think the expansion for the CRJs is around about as the electrical systems. It's around about £15 or £10. ECS, which is basically the aircon, if you know, in a real basic sense. And you can see our cabin altitude still rising. Alfred, go with the drone to check the other planes you have with you. It would take a long time. I can show you on Volanta. Go back to that status page. So let's take a little look at Volanta then as we track our journey. So we've departed out of... There's where our autopilot went a bit awry. So we just took over and manually vectored again. It should have intercepted the line, but we wanted to go back to Orlando, bizarrely. But that's my fault. I obviously made a mistake at the start of the flight plan. But all good. A couple of aeroplanes at Sanford there by the looks of it. Heading up San Agustin and at Jacksonville Beach. Brunswick, where we just turned. There's American 490 behind. American 41 is Matthew just ahead of us, I believe, and my active flight as well. So we're just passing Savannah at the moment, Hilton Head Island. We're passing to the west of Charleston, South Carolina, into North Carolina, over Raleigh, Richmond, and then into Washington for that really tricky visual river visual runway 19 approach. It's going to be good. I've done it once before in the A320, I really enjoyed it. Dylan, can you see where I am on Volanta? I'm in Indiana currently, or Indiana. Yes, you are. Yeah, I can see you. Actually, you just exited. You just finished flying through Illinois. You're over Lafayette, and Kokomo. Well, north of Indianapolis, really, for a simpler way. Danny, yes. So you got Orlando International, where we've departed from, handmade Sobo Custom Airport, which is really nice. And you've also got Orlando Sanford, which is really small. Only a handful of airports. As Lauren was saying, Allegiant, I think, is the only operator left there, and TUI, or Thompson as it was at the time for me, they're pulling out of that route. Let's see what down below. Look at that. Sanford was great for really close connections to Universal Resorts Orlando. But yeah, there we go, as Dan's saying, and as Lauren mentioned earlier, TUI have just moved their flights to Melbourne for the cruise stuff, cruise passengers. Never understood cruises myself. All day long, I'll jump on an aeroplane. Not sure I want to be locked on a ship for a week. Oh, Randolph. Thanks for the tip. Your direct PayPal link there. Thank you very much. It's really kind of you. Just found that on my phone. Ping up. Dan, cruises are immense. Definitely try one. Very against them before I did one. I would be tempted, but I just think it's a hotbed of Delta, welcome on board. It's a hotbed of illness. There always seems to be a norovirus outbreak on a cruise ship. Manikawa holds reliable with the last version. Mostly yes. I think every now and again they still play up a little bit, and the sim has a little bit of a moment. But in the main, I think it's okay. You just make sure you set it up correctly and you enter at the correct angle, and then it tends to pick it up nicely. Otherwise, it chases its own line. We'll have to check our speed again shortly. Really high level cloud. There's, I think that's Charleston Air Force Base down there. Perhaps. Let's have a look at Volanta. That'll tell us. Oh no, it's Marine Corps Air Station Beaufort. That's huge. Ah, Cythera, your sim caused your computer to restart. That's really bizarre. Have you checked Windows Event Log? Or I think is it Windows Event Log, Event Viewer, something like that? See what's going on here. There we go. We've still not moved the throttle at 82.5%, and we're bang on the centre of our our target there. There's our TCAS. 5 miles away. Matthew is. In fact, there he is. 2,000 foot below. We're going to overtake him from above 2,000 foot. Akmar, welcome. Thunder and lighting is getting a bit annoying, isn't it? Let's see. We're just trying to set up for a really cool screenshot, I think. What have we got around us? That should probably catch it. Hopefully you can just about see his lights in the distance there, beacon and strobes going away. Right on my cursor. Doctor on board. Let me check Discord. Usually when I'm streaming I don't tend to check Discord, but I'll have a little look. Ah, yes. So I've got obviously I've got Facebook, I've got Twitter accounts and things like that. But to try and take a bit of the pressure off myself managing them all, we're looking for someone to manage maybe the Facebook and Twitter for us and things like that. So I think that's what that's about. Although I did think we would be planning it a little longer first. Dylan, awesome. Airways working perfectly there then. And a bit of a tailwind for us, pushing us along now. Yeah, I've never had that happen to me either. God, that lightning is so frustrating. There's Matthew. Yeah, you'd pass each other exceptionally quick. Yeah, around about 1,000 miles per hour, passing each other with the crossing speed. Maybe 800 miles an hour or so, I suppose. Really rapid though. That's where TCAS is now really handy, because you can see people buzzing in towards us. So there he is. Sounds like that's probably the best course of action, I think, sadly. Tricky though. William airborne just about. Good grief. You're miles behind. If you've joined us as a new bronze, silver or gold frequent flyer today, do make sure you ping us on Discord. Let us know and we'll get you access into the club lounge. Still 5 miles ahead, but we're ever so slowly closing. Just about to see him there. We're going to pass directly overhead. We're on the same airway. Looks like this cloud's clearing as well, so I'm hoping that usually means that we're gonna see the back end of a weird thunderstorm. Alberto, good morning. Yeah, massive spacing, William. Mach decimal 7.4. Ah, okay. I'm doing Mach decimal 7.8, so that makes sense. Red, hello. Barber Pole or bust. Jacob, no, we're going to Reagan National. KDCA. So we're going to be flying along the Potomac River for the River Visual Runway 19 when we get there. Quite tricky. I've done it once in the A320 before. Looking forward to giving it a go in the CRJ for the first time ever. Tom, never tried X-Plane, no. I've invested quite a bit into Microsoft Flight Simulator, so I don't really want a second simulator. Yeah, prior to Microsoft Flight Simulator, actually, I'd stopped simming for about 15 years, so it's been a long time. William, what are you in and how quick are you going to be going? Because I'm Mach decimal 7.8 at the moment. Will Harris, welcome on board, and Jim as well, welcome, welcome. Jonathan, Microsoft Flight Simulator's live weather is pretty much the only thing I've been using over the past 3 or 4 months now, exclusively. Every now and again, if it breaks, then I'll use the Unreal weather as a bit of a backup. Catching him quite nicely actually now. 4 miles. Oh, William, yeah, I think I'm doing the same speed that you're going to be doing in cruise. Oh, I can see his contrails now. So he's at 330, and we can see that because the TCAS says 332, so that's saying that that aeroplane, about 3 miles ahead of us, is at 33,200 feet roughly. There he is. If you're looking at getting a simulator, I don't think X-Plane's probably the one I would get now. But then it's, you know, personal preference. There are some absolute die-hard X-Planers that will say MSFS is rubbish. Yeah, I like it, and I'm certainly not in a rush to change sim. William, indeed. It might be worth doing a direct to as well, actually, William, to be honest. So from where you are, if you do a direct to Dwight, Delta Whiskey Yankee Tango Echo, that should cut out quite a bit of the line. You're probably still about half an hour behind us, though. Yeah, my ground speed is 471 knots for ground speed. Philip, indeed. I think it's displaying him as a American Airlines A320, bizarrely. Jacob, yeah, indeed. For me, I'm purely all about Microsoft Flight Simulator. I think it's got an amazing near future for us, and a long-term great future as well for the sim. That cloud's really thickened up down below. But down there, that would be 8 out of 8 octas, completely overcast potentially. Yeah, visually, this is miles ahead. Look at the way that the clouds are vectored in all the way in the distance in the horizon. It looks so realistic. Especially now that MSFS's live weather engine seems to be really good as well. Make sure you hit like while you're here, guys. Loads of you watching. If you're enjoying today's stream. And hopefully you'll all tune in tomorrow as well and watch us in the 787. Dylan, yeah, are you on the Freedom 5 arrival? Love that. That's one of my favourites in the States. And we're of course flying into on at Caps 3. Damari, welcome. K Orf approach. That's Virginia Beach. Norfolk International approach is online. Good grief, we're halfway already. Let's take a look then at our at the Navigraph charts. Caps 3. So we're coming in via waves, cassette, ELAP, bully, and caps. We're then going to go to Hoyas, 9,000 foot of Hoyas. For the arrival via Katrin or Katrina, but we're going to be going for flips, so we want to be at or below 11,000 at flips. Then off to Mojo at 250 knots, speed restricted, at 10,000 feet at Mojo, and heading via Mojo to Smoot to Bam to Pack. And we'll be passing to the right hand side of Washington Dulles. From that point we're going to be vectoring ourselves round. You can see there we're descending down to 6,000 and then probably descend further. And then we're going to be expecting the river visual. So eventually, near to Fergie, we're going to be vectoring round to Fergie at 3,000 feet, joining the Potomac River and we're going to literally fly along the river, descending with it. And at each bridge here, so you can see that first bridge, the chain bridge, it's recommended that we're at 1,800 feet. Grays, Setok. As we pass the Georgetown Reservoir, we have to be at 1,500 foot recommended, and we're 4 miles at that point from the airport. Following the river to Key Bridge at 900 feet. Prohibited areas there as well, so if we're ever so slightly to the right, we're infringing on that, and technically probably get shot down in real life. Arlington Memorial Bridge, Roosevelt Memorial Bridge, counting those as we go, because they're going to be our visual reference points. At that point, we should be visual of runway 19, and as we hit the George Mason Memorial Bridge, we'll be turning in and sweeping in for the landing. And it is, in the A320, it was very busy and quite full on, so I'm really looking forward to this. We can prepare in advance, so airport elevation of 15 feet, we're going to manually add that into the overhead panel, so the airplane knows how to depressurize, what to depressurize to. We've already got the transition altitude sorted. Weather minimums, a ceiling of 3,500 foot. And we're going to tune that VOR, treble 1, decimal 0. That is all we've got. Radio. Treble 1, decimal 0. There's Matthew's contrails. In fact, there's Matthew as well. Lauren, that is a terrible joke. Norfolk advertised their airport with a seal, orf. Aviator, hi. I'd imagine for passengers it is an exceptionally cool approach. William, how about doing the RNAV for runway 19? Let the aeroplane do the LNAV for you, you descend with it, and then just take over. Yeah, Lauren, that's a great point for those of you flying along. Actually, it's easy to mistake runway 19. When I did it before, it's very easy to mistake 19 for 15, so you've got to make sure you try and track that. William, you'll be absolutely fine, it's great. As I said, I've done it once before, and once you're doing it, as long as you're counting the bridges as you go, and you're checking your altitude, and you're really careful with your speeds, you'll be okay. The tricky element for the CRJ is the fact that it doesn't manage our speed for us, that's down to us. Sean, g'day. David, yeah, weather looks fantastic for it, it's perfect. Ever so slight crosswind, a couple of knots. Oh wow, Lauren. There's me thinking that was a joke. Learn something new every day. You can see here, as we're burning fuel, we haven't changed the throttle much, but we're starting to creep ever so slightly to the north part of our speed target, so ever so slightly. Just going to bring that throttle back a tiny bit, and we're going to watch to see what that does. And that's it. Not going to move it anymore. There's Matthew down below. I've got to try and get that as a bit of a screenshot. That looks awesome. And we got the Drzecki design Reagan National Airport as well, which is going to look fantastic. There he is. I'm going to skid over 2,000 foot above. Missed approach wise for this, there's no missed approach procedure. It will be vectors and climb to whatever altitude by ATC, so we're going to have to manage that ourselves. But effectively we're going to fly over the airfield south down the river and then vector back round for another go, climbing back up to about 3,000 if we have to dump the approach. Yes, all of the monuments, the Capitol Building, Lincoln Memorial, everything like that will be on the approach. In fact, what I could do as well, I could do flight recorder. So once Matthew and Dylan and that have landed, I could use the flight recorder mod, quickly go onto observer mode on VATSIM, and I could rewind the approach and do it from a passenger view, so we can see what it would look like in real life if we were a passenger. We could do it from both sides actually. We could do the left hand side, so we'd see all of the Washington buildings, and then we could do it on the right hand side as well. David, no, we don't need to practice, we've got charts. Like some screenshots. Parrot, hello. Turks. Matthew, that looks great. I wish I could see you as an A3 as an MD-80. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Sneaking the overtake. David, yeah, the RNAV's pretty much the same. Hi, Matthew. Overtaking. Love it. Let's see, how are we doing on speed? That speed's dropped ever so slightly, look. So, tiny bit. And we'll watch that speed come back up, and I'll quickly flick to that one. Where is he? He's in the cloud. Oh, there he is. Yes. I'll just wait till I'm a little bit further ahead, then I'll empty the toilets. Look at the clouds though. The clouds look amazing. Oh, I've got the flight recorder app ready to go, so I'll record the touchdown and we'll get a passenger eye view. It's pretty cool, isn't it? There he is. See if I can catch it from another angle using drone cam. Pretty cool. Love VATSIM when it's like this. I end up dumping tons of screenshots, filling up the hard drive. William, so just the one for me, the approach is just literally runway 19. There we go, VATSIM's playing catch up now. He's, oh, that was almost a lightning strike. Double contrails. It'd take me quite a while to get down to him, Dan. Lower and fuel dump, more like empty the toilets. As Dan was saying earlier. Wonder how creative we can get with our views here with this drone cam. Oh, look at that. Have a bit of that. John, hello, welcome. Oh, we're turning. JP Villamore, welcome on board. He's well out of view from the window view. TCAS can still pick him up there, look, which is cool. We've done a bit of a turn, so let's make sure we've synced that. And our speed's recovered. I think we've done all the prep that we can do for approach. There's our top of descent marker. So if I clear airports, just there is our top of descent. MDA, we're going to go with ceiling visibility of 3,500, I think. That's going to take ages to put in. Might as well start it now. Not sure how high this gets. I don't think it goes up to 3,500. No, 3,000. Goodness me. This takes a while. There we go. And if I want the minimums call out, let's use the RMP actually. Let's be a bit cheeky here. Let's go with 500 according to the RNAV approach. This one's going to take a while. 480. So 530 plus 50 feet. The DH in the CRJ is the one where you get the minimums call out on the Aerosoft CRJ. But it takes a long time to set that. As you can see here, it's literally going up by 1, and I'm going to scroll all the way up to 530. There we go. Is there a sim brief profile for the CRJ 700? There's a default one, which is what I use actually. I haven't changed it much either. The CRJ is quick, one of the fastest single alley jets still flying. Not many normally cruise around faster than 80. Heck, did 82 on the entire way back on your last leg yesterday. That's awesome. So that'd be nearer to 280 knots really. There you go, 280. So we could, in theory, whack it up to Mach 8.5 and ride the barber pole. What we can do as well is we can check all our legs. So those charts that we looked at earlier, I want the caps 3 on nav arrival, and we want to check legs. We're at Nicky now. Then we've got waves, cassette, ELAP. ELAP's at 280 knots there, you can see that, and it's at or above 14,000 and below flight level 200. Then we've got bully, 13,000 to 16,000. Caps, 10,000 to 13,000, that's good. So 10,000A is above, and 13,000B is at or below. Flips, interestingly Hoyas is not in there, but that's for the other arrival actually, so that makes sense. Flips at 280 knots, which is there, and at or below 11,000 feet. Mojo at 250 knots, 10,000 feet, at 10,000 feet. So we could make use of the VNAV. I could click VNAV there, and when we hit top of descent, the aeroplane will just manage the descent for us. Then we've got Giles, Smoot, BAM, and then Pack, or Packer. And then Vectors, so it's all down to us. Welsh Simmer, hello, how you doing? Captain Paul D, good afternoon as well, and Justin, good evening. Hope you're all okay there. Philip's saying it helps now that I've connected my physical autopilot knobs and and switches to the CRJ. First set it up to the A32NX, makes a breeze for set those minimums, landing elevation. Could be a Dornier. Oh, no thanks. Structural MMO's 8.5. Wow, I didn't know it could go that fast. Riley's purchased the CRJ yesterday, really enjoying it. Fantastic, and just in time as well, of course, for the 900 and 1000 expansion, which is going to be really nice. Hope you guys are all doing alright. If you're new to the channel and you want to check out our channel memberships, then you click the join button and it will tell you what the different bronze, silver and gold membership options are. And make sure you click the link to our Discord server. How are we doing there? We're almost at top of descent actually. Wow. Make sure you come to our Discord server and come and say hello in there. Nice little community in there. Let's get the METAR. Philadelphia's online. Wow. KDCA. Winds 170 at 9 knots. 10 square miles. Visibility. Few clouds 12,000 feet. Broken at 25,000 feet. Temperatures 27 degrees. QNH 3012. Riley, you'll have to pay for the expansion. And it's only about £15, I think. But very, very nice. 3012 QNH. So what do you guys want? Do you want me to descend using the top of descent marker with VNAV so it does it itself? Or do you want me to use vertical speed and manage the descent manually? We're almost there. Don't forget tomorrow, I mentioned it a few times throughout today, we're going to be heading out from Incheon, Seoul in South Korea, and we're going to be heading over the water to Tokyo. We're going to be landing at Drazeki Designs Narita on VATSIM. We'll be using the Heavy Division 787 mod as well, which I really do like. I think we are all ready to go for approach, really. Yeah, treble 11. Can't do much more, really. 112.9. What is that in relation to here? Let's check the charts. Part of me wonders if it's from earlier. Certainly looks like it's from earlier. We'll do 332. Oops, for the ADF. Just in case we go around, we're going to target the Oxon NDB. I think that's probably going to be logical for us. Treble 10. Washington DCA VOR 111.0. Yeah, I can't really say anything else. $3,000 is there actually. I'm not sure if they've got any plans to do the 200. Descent 250, max 74. Paul, thank you very much.
Afternoon from the test centre again. Home from home.
Afternoon, home for the test centre again. Home from home. Nice. Thank you very much for your tip. Hopefully you heard the. Hopefully you heard the bot read that out there. Managed to get that working again, but it sounded a little quiet. Can the CRJ do fixed rings? Yes, it can, and I'm trying to think how to do it. It can do fixed rings. Legs. Don't really need the fixed rings, but let's see here. 10 DME. We could perhaps put one in. Let's see. DCA. And we want 10 miles. Ah, yes, there it is. I think that's it. We'll add it in, we'll just see what happens, what it looks like when we get there. So I put a 10-mile ring around the airport, which is basically where Fergie is a waypoint for the entry into our river visual. And we should pass just over the American Legion Memorial Bridge onto the Potomac River. We could have configured for the RNAV approach, really, for those waypoints, because I don't think we have. Yeah, from PAC we don't have anything. So we are technically going in blind here. If we had the RNAV programmed in, we would have Darrick Gray's SETOC as different waypoints in there as well as Fergie. Oh, top of descent. We're going VATS. And what do we want? Just passing our VNAV now, our top of descent. Macker MC. There we go. Top of descent. This is the aeroplane doing it for us. I wouldn't load that RNAV if I were you, thank you very much. So we're chasing the snowflake. Jonathan, we're just hitting descent now. Oh, you just about heard it. At least it's working again now. I'll have to fiddle around with the settings. I wonder if I could do it while I'm descending. Multitask. Chief multitasker. Whilst I'm managing the speed. Let's whack that up to 100% volume. That might be it. And members. That's on 100. Subscribers. Whack that up. And super chats, there we go. Wink. Save. There we go, that should have done it. Quickly check the speed, 280 looking good. And we're not dead yet, so we're obviously managed that just about. So altimeter 3012 is what we're going to want.
To prepare for landing, please close your tray table and put away carry-on items. Place your seat in the original upright position. We will now collect any items you wish to discard.
I think the RNAV does work. I think I saw something on the last update certainly suggested they'd fixed a specific arrival.
For smaller handheld devices in your hand or seat pocket. Devices must remain in airplane mode until after we land.
Be interesting to see what this targets here. It's holding the snowflake nicely, look. And this is descending just using the VNAV button there for the first time in a long time actually. And obviously you set the altitude target you want to reach and let the aeroplane do the rest. Or we could fly in vertical speed mode. Let's put the minimums on. And we're going to have a continuous descent, so 3012. No, we're not at transition yet. Descent, landing elevation set. Oh yes, that's on 100. We want it on 20. Oh, minus 180. 40. Minus 20, 0, 20. There we go. Dylan, can't hear you yet. So, passing waves, probably bring that throttle back a little bit. Isn't VNAV in the CRJ cheating it? A little bit, but it's in the 900 and 1000, so having a little play. Let's pop these on, wing icing on as well as we go through the cloud, cowl icing on. Don't want to have that bug. I mean, if you guys want me to go to VNAV, we can go to VNAV, vertical speed mode, if you would like. How do you refer to these? To this airport? Is it Washington National or Reagan? Reagan traffic? Hungry vessel. Welcome on board. Ah, you've renewed your membership. Thank you very much. Make sure if you guys are channel members, head to our Discord server, ping us, let us know that you're there, and we will get you into the club lounge. Matthew, don't ask me about the cheating. Washington National there, I thought hopefully, yeah. Or just national traffic. Here's our first speed constraint coming up, caps 3. And it's a speed constraint of 280. I'll set 278. Dylan, yeah, most likely. 22,000 feet. It's going for that upper limit by the looks of it. That's fine, as long as we're at Hoyas at 9,000 exactly. No, actually, Mojo at 10,000 exactly. We know that it's working correctly. United 672, heavy, entering hold at pledge. Ah, you're on the Freedom 5, Dylan. Recognise that one. That's when I flew into this arrival last time. That's the one that we used. Bit of cloud surfing. Wow, that was bright flash. Some cumulus clouds there. It would be where, having a weather radar in this would be really handy. Jacob, do VNAV usually do vertical speed? Roger, I shall. Nice to do something different, isn't it? See, that nose has come right down now. Oh, that is ridiculously steep. Let's take over here. Okay, we're back in vertical speed mode because I wasn't happy with what I was doing there. We're monitoring this like a hawk now. There's caps. Direct into waves. How far are you away? Caps at 13,000 to 10,000, so that's looking okay. Let's bring that vertical speed back.
American 41, sending through flight level 206 on the caps 3, 5 miles south B left, Washington traffic.
It makes it sound so professional, and then I'm going to call up like an absolute noob. National Traffic American 1666, CRJ 700 inbound via Bully, caps 3 arrival, expecting river visual, runway 19. Paul, another pass! Thank you very much for the super chat. Congratulations to your student. Well, hey. Next one. Don't let me forget, folks. Flight recorder.
And another pass.
We can hear it, but it's for some reason it's really quiet. And I've turned the volume for that up to max. Through that cloud now, that's looking good for our visual approach. We get those passenger views. Or we get the chance. Dave, exactly, yeah, it's it just sort of decided to lose. I think it just decided instantly it needed to target the lower end of the constraint. It almost went down to like about 5,000 foot per minute. Pay me to sound professional, exactly. Love it. Guy who types, welcome on board. Wowzers. Speed, speed, speed. See, that's proof there. If you take your eye off the ball for just a few seconds too long, the CRJ runs away from you. Mojo at 10,000. Let's get this set up here. We want to be at 10,000 at Mojo. Until then, we're holding 11,000 at flips, which is coming up. We have to be at or below 11,000, so that's going to be okay. We'll do 1,200 foot per minute for that, I think. William, yeah, indeed. So we've gone through the charts. Nothing else is going to be potentially a surprise. We've just got to count the bridges as we go in. Landing data and everything's done. We've done the approach briefing. It's our alt capture. How far from landing? It should be in your Dewberry on the top of your screens. VOR1. There's our 10-mile radius around DCA. If that's gone in correctly, looks like it has actually. Yeah, the holds in the Dreamliner, the heavy division mod, are fantastic. Flips. This is the Potomac River here. Washington DCA is right there, where that little wispy bit of cloud is there. And I think, if I'm correct, and the White House is just north of that, along with all the other Washington landmarks. So we're going to be breaking off and heading over towards, there we go, Washington Dulles, KIAD. Heading north of past that, and then vectoring round for the Potomac to follow it in. We're reducing now to 250. Which is what we're working to do here. We're at 10,000. Those of you tuning in, I'll quickly show you guys the arrival before I get really busy. So we're there. Mojo 10,000 at 250. Giles, Smoot, Bam, Pack. And then we're going to vector ourselves round. So Bam at 6,000. River visual runway 19. So self-vectoring round to the river at a 10-mile DME ring that we've put in as a fix, and we're going to fly the Potomac River, counting the Chain Bridge 1,800, Georgetown Reservoir, past that to the left, 1,500 foot of 4 DME, Key Bridge at 900, Arlington Memorial, Roosevelt Bridge, etc. We've got main bit of Washington on the left as we pass that, and then sweeping in for runway 19.
National traffic, American 41, 30 miles south of the airport on the CAP's arrival, setting up for river visual, runway 19, Washington traffic.
And there's DCA. 6,000 was the next step. National traffic, American 1666, passing Mojo, 250 knots, 10,000, descending for the river visual via Pack. Report on finals with national traffic. Look at that. Matt, it's a little late, but we're about to watch the approach kick in. So hope you enjoy it. Vertical speed. Lights, lights, lights. Let's get rid of cowl icing. We need engine power. We are ready to go. Thrust versus armed. What else is on the checklist? So we've got landing gear and flaps left now. Passenger signs are already on and flight attendants advised. That's already done. There's the airport. We've got Dozeki Designs National there. Welcome on board. Purchase that today, fresh at Orbex. Looking forward to that. National traffic. Michael, hello. Mats, hope you're doing okay. We've got Smoot. We've got Pack. Bam at 6,000, and then we're going to continue a descent down. Runway 15, by the way, folks, is this one here, so it's really tight. You can see the Washington, is it the monument there? It's really tight, and then we're literally sweeping in right there. Last minute. Michael, welcome on board. If you're enjoying today's stream, folks, do click that subscribe button down below. So I'm watching everything like a hawk, so I will start to go a bit quiet as I configure for this approach. It's going to be full on. What have we got on our performance page? 134, so 137. Oh, 139, sorry. For approach speed. Why did I set up so we were a bit heavier than usual? I'll do 190 now for this downwind leg. So it's Smoot. Yeah, Lauren, thank you. Yeah, I quickly changed that. You can see there's the airport. That one there is runway 15. You can see how close we get to the National Monument. We're going to be tracking all the way down this river manually. There's the Pentagon down there as well. So level at 6,000. Next one's going to be 3. This is why you want X-plane. Why? National Traffic American 1666, passing BAM, downwind runway 19. Here we go, there's our 10-mile ring. There's Washington Dulles. Massive airport off in the distance there. There's our 10-mile ring. I could have put some 5-mile rings and things as well. Here we go. So, make sure we've synced that. Now we're in heading mode. We're vectoring ourselves down to 3,000 for the manual visual approach. Let's get our charts ready. We're going to rely on those. And let's look for where we're going to be turning. So, Potomac River bends round. Where does it bend round to? Goes straight off that way. So, roundabout out here somewhere. I think Potomac Bridge. In fact, here is our entry point. Should be a bridge down here. There's a bridge. That is Chain Bridge. 1,800 foot for that one. And there's a bridge up here. Bergie's up here basically, so that's what we're going to be doing.
We are about to land. Please remain seated
Mats, what's the news? We're all good now. I don't think we can prep for much else. Whoops. Helicopter on board, we overtook. Interesting, we lost a bit of altitude there. Alright, now turning. National traffic, American 1666, turning finals, river visual, runway 19, national traffic. Get that in. Record. Start the flight recorder. Now what have we got here? There's the Potomac. There's American Legion Bridge, 3000. There's Chain Bridge further up. Right. Flight recorder's started. We've got it going. Cheers for reminding me. And let's set our V-speeds. Oh, I've got sweaty palms. Autopilot off. We're doing it. Jaden, thanks for the super chat. Okie dokie. Next stage of flaps. See, in the Airbus, this does it all for you quite nicely. Go gear down. And I'm using trim to help me here. Whoops. That's what happens if you don't trim. Okay, we'll go full flaps now. Whoops.
National traffic, American 41.
There's a bridge here.
Final runway.
That's Chain Bridge.
19,
1800. Speed, 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 speed. Slightly, maybe 100 foot above profile. Yeah, Lauren, thank you. They are very distracting, aren't they? Next bridge. Georgetown Reservoir, that's the square thing right below the nose almost, and we want to be at 1,500 foot as we pass that. 1,800 now. Coming into 4 miles. Want to hold 140 nicely. Next one, Key Bridge. Recommended 900 foot. Slightly below profile, so let's readjust. There's a pentagon on the right hand side slightly. Speed. retrim. Key bridge 900. Happy with that. Turning 3 miles. Focusing on the little island there. 2 red, 2 white on the pappies. There's the runway. Weird little level of detail reload there. 700. Turning. A little high. So use throttle to help descent.
Minimums.
Continue.
500. Minimums. 400. Minimums. Minimum 300.
Set the view.
Sink rate 200.
We're fine.
Minimums. 100. Minimums. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Ooh, a little float. Touchdown. Taxi. Let's see. Now, the rule here is I can't turn the engines off because I want to use the flight recorder mod. National Traffic American 1666 vacated at Gulf. You can watch the Pro come in.
Traffic, Osprey 5563 is downwind, runway 19, the river approach. National Traffic American 41, turning short and final, runway 19, National Traffic.
So we'll stop the replay recording. Quick. While it reconfigure. Get them flaps in. Here comes Matthew. We'll look at Volanta quickly because that's going to give us our indication. Oh, look at that, beautiful, like a pro. Obviously he's an MD-80 in his actual sim. Jaden, welcome. Bronze frequent flyer, nice. There he is. So, I think we can probably start the replay. What side should we go to first? Should we go for that view?
American 41 clear, runway 19, National Traffic.
Let's do this. Let's see. We want to go from here. The sim will start to render things in. We'll watch the first replay.
The captain aborted the takeoff.
We're going to get multiple touchdowns, by the way, on Volanta for this. So just bear that in mind. Oh, Dylan, that's not good. Traffic, traffic. Oh wow. I've never heard that in the sim ever. Oh, good grief. You know what? We'll let him go ahead. Sorry. You know what? That's the first time I've heard actual TCAS alert. I forgot to disconnect into observer mode, didn't I? Whoopsie. Sorry, Philip. There's the reservoir. With a weird way the sim renders that. Do you guys want to see this side, or do you want to see the other side of the aeroplane for touchdown?
National traffic. Osprey 5563 is at Fergie inbound on the river visual approach, runway 19.
1,000.
That's probably the better view. Matthew, yeah, loved it. It's great.
National traffic, go round for American 490.
Oh, it's David. You see the National Monument there and the White House. And then you'll see how low we get here. There's the Pentagon.
Minimums 500. Minimums 400. Minimums. Minimum 300.
And now we're wings level.
Sink rate 200. Minimums 1 minimums 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Touchdown. There we go. The scenery looks amazing. This is the flight recorder mod by a chap on flightsim.to. There we are, there's our rollout. Brakes and reverse and everything are off, and then the spoilers drop. There we go. So we can stop the replay and take control of the aeroplane. At this point, flaps are already set to 0.
Please remain seated.
There we are, a little jolt as we take over.
Osprey 5563, final runway 19.
And let's start the APU. Strobes, etc. off. Turn the wing inspection lights off. There we go. Matthew, thanks. I've only done it one time before in the Airbus. Naturally, the Airbus manages, of course, your speed for you, so it gives you a lot less to worry about. And it means you can actually enjoy the scenery a little bit more as well. This scenery, look at this. This is Drzecki Designs, Washington National. Where did you park, Matthew? Is that you over there? Ah. Nice. Just caught the touchdown there. That's a beautiful touchdown. Nicely done. I think that was Philip. The last pier. You got a stand number. You're at the North Pier, gates 35 to 45. Oh, gate 44.
Osprey 4563 vacated runway.
That's you there then. I shall park next door. And we'll check out the scenery. It's got an interior as well. Nice, there we go, stand 44. We'll do 43. 42. This is wonderful scenery. Look at the ground textures. Yeah, we'll go through. We'll go through the whole. Well, I'll go through the whole scenery. It looks amazing. I know there's some flags and things as well. In fact, there's a. Look at that. Gates. Let's go. Shut the engines off. Beacon.
Ladies and gentlemen, the door is
It's busy. Static aircraft and things. Obviously, if it was a VATSIM event, you'd have to be careful where you spawn. But this is on Orbex Direct. Drazeki designs scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's payware, but it is beautiful. While I think it was Philip taxiing in, let's poke into the gates, shall we? Actually, it was pushback, wasn't it? Jetway. Oh wow! Look at this. I'm gonna get some screenshots of the aeroplane through there. I need to take the rails off the jetway. Look at that. That's so good. Oh, this is great. This is the best glass I've seen. Think. Look at that. Dylan, oh, you've got the payware. You want the freeware one? Wow. Appreciate this is a little bit blurry for you guys as I'm zipping through. Jeez. Let me turn the drone cam speed down. Wrong button. So I can actually just, we can scoot through quite nicely. We'll have a look at Volanta for my landing rate as well in a second. Not much that way. Got a security point for the gates here. Wow. Jaden!
I like your stream.
Thank you very much. That's the new area, which Lauren wants to go and see. So let's whip down there and have a little look-see. Little map. Find out where we're going. So this is the new concourse area. Pop outside, we can get a bit more of the external feel for the airport scenery. That is, I think, the best glass I've ever seen. Map is old, yeah. Landside areas, built inlet as well. That is quite stunning. Yeah, Mark, yeah, a couple of AC/DC fans. I love it when developers put their own little stamp on it. Look at that. Holy moly. There's the guys parked up around me down there. Where else can we go? That's obviously upstairs concourse. Let's pop outside the front. David, thank you very much. That's quite impressive. And I wonder if he's modelled the tower. Obviously the train station down here. Check out the tower. This is beautiful scenery, I've got to say. Some of the best I've ever seen. Perfect to purchase. I'm glad I bought it. Oh, wow. That's worthy of a screenshot. We got anyone else on finals? I think that's it. Oh, we've got Will flying it. Let's check out Valanta. Lauren, it's quite up to date then. You guys want to see the landing rates? Bear in mind I've just done a replay mod as well, so there might be 2 landings recorded here. No, just the one. Minus 96 foot per minute, 1.4 G. I'll take that. That's, yeah, that seems quite smooth. In ignoring the straight line, because that's when we did the replay, you can see how we self-vectored, and then via Cabin John and the bridges, we flew in along the river. And then in. Really cool approach, really enjoyable. Let's quickly zip back to the aeroplane so we can capture a few screenshots closer up with these guys. Hope you guys that flew along enjoyed it today as well. I certainly did. Mark as well, thank you very much, really kind. Cheers for all the donations, folks. David, Jaden, Paul as well for your super chats earlier. And Mark as well. Thank you guys very, very much indeed. I think Will isn't flying in on VATSIM now. I think he's going offline, but let me check in the live chat. This is great. If you want to pick this scenery up, by the way, folks, it's on Orbex Direct. Drzecki Designs KDCA. And it is incredible. Really happy I purchased this in advance of today. So if anything, it might be more up to date than you expected. Wow. That is good. Look at that. It is absolutely wonderful scenery. William disconnected. There we go. Well, hang on if you want to reconnect and give it a go. Folks, join us tomorrow. We're going to be back in the Boeing 787 Heavy Division mod, and we're going to be flying from Incheon, Seoul, all the way to Tokyo Narita, and we're going to be checking out the Dozeki Designs Narita, the same developer that's made this beautiful airport scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator, with the new pier in as well, which is really impressive if it's just been released.
DCA traffic, Walker 720. Okay, pushing off gate 33 shortly onto taxiway.
And yeah, we're going to be doing that little flight in the Heavy Division mod for the first time, checking out all the very latest from then. And then next week we've got a Contrail web shop sponsored giveaway on the channel, and after that a Orbex sponsored giveaway on the channel as well. So really exciting times, loads of stuff given away at the moment. And yeah, we're going to check it out. Scythia, it's on the marketplace, although I don't recommend buying on the marketplace if you can buy direct. It supports people a lot more. Willie Canuck, hello to you, welcome. Of Sky Blue Radio fame, how are you doing? Just catching us at the end of the stream. Matthew, like I said before, out of the non-type rated non-ATP holding streamers, you by far fly the CRJ the best, and it's not close. That's really kind of you, thank you. You're making me blush. That's really nice to hear. I'm glad I've picked up all of your tips and advice and learned everything. I really appreciate all your tips and advice and help actually with this, because I feel like I've learnt it quickly thanks to you. I've learnt some of it quickly thanks to you, and I'm sure there is loads more to learn with the CRJ as well. Definitely my favourite aeroplane in the sim at the moment. But yeah, as a little reminder then folks, tomorrow Seoul to Narita, and we're going to be checking out this fantastic developers Tokyo Narita Airport as well. On the Discord server I'll get it all sorted so that the route is on there in the live streams channel as well. And a little reminder for next week's really cool live streams with the giveaways sponsored by Contrail Shop and Orbex. So thank you all for watching. Thanks to all of the guys that flew along today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and welcome on board to our new bronze, silver and gold frequent flyers and all our new subscribers as well. And I hope to see you all tomorrow as that prime air pushes back there. Thank you all for watching. Enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.